Alright everybody, so today we're going to be sewing our felt quilts, little mini 6x6 inch squares. You're going to be using scraps of felt and sewing them together to create your design. So you're going to need a pair of scissors, a needle, and a skein of thread. Now when you get your thread, you're going to need to cut the correct amount. First you need to find where the edge is. Sometimes the thread end is just loose. Other times, you can see closely, it is tucked into the little notch in the top. You pull it from the top, and you're going to do about an arm's length of thread. When you're done with your thread, you can loop it back and secure it into that little notch where you found it. That'll keep it from unraveling. So you have your thread. Now you need to thread your needle. You're going to pick up your needle, pointy side down. At the top, there's a little loop. That loop is called the eye of the needle, and that's where you're going to put your thread through. So you have your thread, and you are going to very carefully hold it with just a little teeny bit showing. You're going to try to fish it through that eye of the needle. Now, I put my little tail about halfway. I don't want it to go all the way down because I don't want my thread to be double. I'm going to have it about halfway through the needle. Let me zoom out and show you a little better. Okay, so I have my thread, it's on my needle, and my tail ends about halfway. Now I need to tie a knot at the other end of the thread to keep it from slipping off. So I'm going to wrap the thread around my finger 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I'm going to roll it off my finger and pull down. That will give me a little nice knot, which is really great. So I have my thread on my needle ready to go. It's time to start sewing. So once I have my design already on my cutout felt pieces, I'm going to start sewing them together. So say this big white piece of paper is my base piece, and I am sewing on this square. I'm going to take my thread in my dominant hand. I'm going to pinch it just like this. I'm going to start from the back, and I'm going to pinch up through the back. I'm not going to pull too hard because it's going to stop right at that little knot that I made. Now I'm going to go up above it. And I'm going to pull to make a little line. Same thing. This stitch is called the applique stitch. Kind of looks like a zipper. Now, you can do the applique stitch, which is very, very strong and sturdy, or you can do a dashed running stitch where you can start kind of in the middle and you actually go sideways. Little dashes like that. Now, whichever stitching technique you choose, you want all of your stitches. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm going to go back through my original hole. And I'm going to try that again. There There you go. Whichever stitch you choose, you need to make sure that your stitches are in the same direction. You need to make sure that they are the same or a similar distance apart from each other, because uneven stitches look messy. So you can choose which kinds of stitches you like. On my example that is being passed around the room, I use the applique stitch. Whichever one you choose, you stick to that one kind of stitch for the whole thing. Now when you're done, and maybe you've run out of thread, or maybe you're just done stitching a shape, you're going to flip to the back, and you are going to put your needle through the last stitch that you did. You're not going to tie it all the way. You're going to pick up that loop. You're going to take your needle and you're going to loop it through 1, 2, 3 times. And this will actually create a knot in your stitch. If you want, you can do it a second time. Under through the stitch you last made. And loop it 1, 2, 3 times, and pull to create your knot. Then you're going to trim that off right at the knot. And those are the 2 stitches. We have our applique stitch, hoop, and we have our running stitch.